fantastic feats of acrobatics and stagecraft, costumes and comedy, and most importantly, spectacularly fancy ye old English! Our show tonight concerns the story of King Lear, ringmaster of our traveling circus, and his 3 precocious daughters. When it comes time for King to hang up his big top hat, what will become of this vast kingdom, newly divided among his progeny? Through a series of blunders, evil doings, and general villainy, watch as the English circus descends into chaos. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll throw your hands up in the air in righteous exasperation and shout, "Oh, Lear, Lear, Lear!" We would like to alert you to use of stage violence during this production, including on-stage fights and deaths and fake blood and weaponry. Thank you very much. Rest assured that no circus freak will be harmed during the making of this production. However, if you or a loved one are squeamish to that kind of content, we encourage you to leave the theater at this time. Additionally, if you need to leave the theater for any reason during the show, we kindly encourage you to wait until the conclusion of the current scene to make your hasty exit. Finally, we would like to thank the Clarice and UMD Student Entertainment Events for supporting the general tomfoolery you will be seeing tonight. Finally, without much further ado, please welcome King Lear and cohort!
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me that there. Know that we've divided in 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburthen crawl towards death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we have at this hour a constant will to publish our daughters several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes, France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn, and here to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since now invest us both of rule, interests of territory, cares of state, which of you, shall we say, doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than words can wield the matter, dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life, with grace, health, beauty, honor, more than child e'er loved or father found, a love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much I love you.
What shall Cordelia do? Love and be silent.
Of all these bounds, even from this line to this, we make thee lady. To thine Albany's issue be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife to Cornwall? Speak.
Sir, I am made of the self-same metal that my sister is, and prize me other worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deeds of love. Only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys which the most precious square of sense possesses. Find I am alone, felicity, in your dear highness's love.
Then poor Cordelia. And yet not so, since I'm sure my love's more richer than my tongue.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. Now, our joy, although the last, not least, to whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia? Mend your speech a little, lest it may mar your fortunes.
Good, my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit, obey you, love you, and most honor you. I have my sister's husbands if they say they love you all. Haply when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my pledge shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sister to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, good my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth, then, be thy dower. For, on the sacred radiance of the sun, here I disclaim all my paternal care, public duty, and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart in thee, hold this from thee forever.
Good my liege.
Peace, Kent! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight! So be my grave my peace, as here I give her father's heart from her. Call France! Who stirs call Burgundy? Cornwall and Albany, with my 2 daughters' dowers, digest this third. Let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself by monthly course, with reservation of, in 100 nights by you to be sustained, shall our bow make with you by due turns. Only we still retain the name, and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest, beloved sons, be yours, which to confirm this coronet part betwixt you.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed, as my great patron thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Let it fall rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad. What wilt thou do, old man? To blame this honor's bound when majesty stoops to folly. Reverse thy doom, and in thy best consideration check this hideous rashness. And so my life, my judgment, thy youngest daughter does not love thee least.
Kent, on thy life, no more!
My life I never held but as a bond, to wage against thy enemy, nor fear to lose it, thy safety being the motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Oh, now thy
Now
Apollo!
by Apollo, king, thou swearest thy gods in vain.
Oh, vassal! Miscreant!
Dear sir!
Forbear! Do kill thy physician, and the fee bestow upon thy foul disease. Reverse thy doom, or whilst I conveys clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant! On an allegiance, hear me! 5 days we do allot thee, provision to shield thee from diseases of the world, and on the 6th to turn thy head back upon our kingdom. If on the 10th day following thy banished truck be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked!
Fare thee well, king, thus thou wilt appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, maid, that justly thinkst, and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here is France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address towards you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. What in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so. But now her price is fallen. Sir, there she stands. If I within that little seeming substance or all of it, with our displeasure, peace, and nothing more, may fitly like your grace. She's there, and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dower with our curse, and stranger with our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir. Election makes not up on such conditions.
I yet beseech your majesty, If for I want that glib and oily art to speak, and purpose not, since what I well intend, I'll do it before I speak. That you make known it 'tis no vicious blot, murder, or foulness that have deprived me of your grace and favor.
Better thou hast not been born, than not to please me better.
Is it but this, a tardiness in nature, which often leaves history unspoke that it intends to do? My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Royal Lear, give but that portion which yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing, I have sworn, I am firm.
I am sorry then. You have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Peace with Burgundy, since that respects so fortune to his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich, being poor, most choice, forsaken, most loved, despised. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful, take up what was cast away. Gods, 'tis strange that from their coldest neglect, my love should kindle to inflame respect. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown by my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France.
Thou hast her, France, let it be thine, for we have no such daughter. Nor shall I ever see that face of hers again. Therefore be gone, without our grace, our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father, with washed eyes, Cordelia reads you. I know you what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Use well our father.
Prescribe not us our duties.
Let your study be to content your lord who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obediently stinted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Oh, may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not a little I have to say what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence to know.
That's most certain. And with you next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is? He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, that he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash, and must we look to receive from his age the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them.
Such inconstant starts are we like to have with him as this against banishment.
Pray you, let's hit together. If our father carry authority with such dispositions as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
We must do something, and in the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lack of a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue, why brand they us with baseness, bastardy, base! Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your lands. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund, as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now God stand up for bastards.
Can't banish, Francine called upon it, and the king gone tonight. All upon the gad. How now, Edmund? What news?
I don't know news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing? What need of it such terrible dispatch into your pockets? The quality of nothing is not such that it needs hide itself. Come. It be nothing. I'll not need my spectacles.
Pardon me. It is a letter from my brother that I have not yet all o'er read, but from what I have perused, it is not fit for your looking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend either to detain or give it.
Give it here. Come now.
I hope for my brother's justification that he hath wrote this as an essay or taste of my virtue.
This policy and reverence of age would keep our fortunes from us till we could not relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny. Come to me that I may speak more. If our father should sleep till I have waked him, you would have half his revenue forever. And if the beloved of your brother, Edgar, sleep till I have waked him, half his revenue? My son, Edgar. Have you a hand to write this? Heart and brain to breed it in? When came the letter to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found him thrown in at the casement of my closet.
Know you the character to be your brother?
If the matter were good, I dare swear it were his. But I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Have he never heretofore spoken to you of this business?
Never, my lord. But I have oft heard him maintain it to be fit, that sons at a perfect age and fathers declining, that the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Villain! Villain! Seek him out, sirrah. I will apprehend him. Abominable villain! Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. But if it shall please you to suspend your indignation against my brother till you may derive from further testimony of his intent, you shall run a certain court. I dare pawn down my life for him, that he hath wrote this to feel my affection to your honor and no further pretense of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge it meet, I will place you where you shall hear us confer of it, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction, and that without any further delay than this very evening.
Cannot be such a monster.
Nor is not, sure.
To his own father, who has loved him so tenderly and entirely. Seek him out, Edmund. Wind me into him. Frame the business after your own wisdom.
I will seek him, sir, presently.
This villain of mine, he comes under the prediction. There is son against father. The king falls from a bias of nature. There is father against child. Seek him out. It will lose thee nothing, but do it carefully. Oh, and the noble and true-hearted can't banish his offense, honesty. It's strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That when we are sick in fortune, often the servant of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters, the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity.
fools by heavenly compulsion, and all that we are evil in by some divine thrusting on. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it followed. I am rough, lecherous. I should have been that I am had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. And Edgar, he comes like a catastrophe of the old comedy. My hue is villainous melancholy.
Oh, now, Brother Edmund! Oh, what serious contemplation are you in?
Come. When saw you my father last?
When the night gone by?
Stayed you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms. Found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him. And at my entreaty forbear his presence till some little time have qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rageth in him.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. Pray, retire with me to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my Lord speak. Pray, go. Take my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed, brother?
Brother, I advise you to the best. Go armed. I've told you what I've seen and heard, but faintly. Nothing like the image and horror of it.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father, and a brother noble whose deeds are so far from doing harm, that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. All with me's neat that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool?
Yes, ma'am.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights grow riotous and himself upbraideth on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick. If you come slack of former services, you shall do well. The fault of it all, answer.
He's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'll have it come to question. If you dislike it, let him to our sister, whose mind and mine I know and that are one, not to be overruled.
Well, madam.
And let his knights have colder looks among you. What grows of it, no matter. Advise your fellows so. I would breed from hence occasions, and I shall that I may speak. I'll write straight to my sister, told my very course. Prepare for dinner.
Now, banished Kent, if thou canst serve without a stand condemned, so may it come. Thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors. A man, sir.
What was thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no more than I seem. To serve him truly, that will put me in his trust. To love him that is honest. To converse with him that is wise, and speaks little, to fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
Very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
If thou be as poor for a subject as for a king, thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
I can keep honest counsel, ride, run, mar a curious tale and tell it, and deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner! Oh, dinner! Oh, but where's my knave, my fool? Go you and call my fool hither. Oh, you, sir. Where's my daughter?
So please you.
What says the fellow there? Call the clop hole back. Oh, where's my fool? I think the world's asleep. Now. Where's that mongrel?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back to me when I called him?
Sir, he spoke to me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not.
My lord, I know not what the matter is, but to my judgment, your highness is not entertained with the ceremonious affection as you were wont. There's a great abatement of kindness appears as well in the general dependence, as in the Duke himself also and your daughter.
Sayest thou so?
I beseech you, pardon me, my lord, if I be mistaken, for my duty cannot be silent when I think your highness wronged.
Thou but rememberest me of mine own conception. I have perceived a most faint neglect of late. I will look further into it. But where's my fool? I've not seen him this 2 days.
Since my young lady has gone to France, sir, the fool hath pined away.
No more of that. I have noted it well. Go you and tell my daughter I would speak with her. Go you and call hither my fool. You, sir. Come you hither, sir. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father. My lord's knave. You horse-son dog! You slave! You cur!
I am none of these, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Do you bandy looks at me, you rascal?
Oh, not be struck, my lord.
Nor tripped neither, you base football player. I'll teach you differences. Away! Away!
Whoa!
Shall I hear the slave again, Jerry? Put away! Go to! Have you wisdom? So.
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. Here's earnest of thy service.
And let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty boy? How dost thou?
Sirrah, you would best take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Nay, and thou canst not smile as the wind sits. Thou will catch cold shortly. This fellow has banished 2 on's daughters, and then the 3rd a blessing against his will. If thou wouldst follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, uncle? Would I had 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, boy?
If I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs for myself. There's mine. Beg another of thy daughters.
Oh, take heed, sir. The
Where's the
wit.
dog that must be kennelled? Must be ripped out when Lady Leroy may stand by the fire and stink.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer. You give me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, uncle?
Oh, I know, boy. Nothing can be made of nothing.
Prithee tell him. So much the rent of his land comes to, he will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Knowest thou the difference, my lord, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, lad. Teach me.
The lord that counselled thee to give away thy land, place him here by me. Do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear, the one in motley here, the other found out there.
Dost thou call me fool, boy?
All thy other titles thou hast given away.
Not altogether fool, my lord.
Fools have nevertheless written a year for wise men are grown foppish. They know not how their wits do where their manners are so apish.
When were you wont to be so full of songs, sir?
I refused it, my lord, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers, when thou gavest them the rod, and puts down thine own breeches. Then makers on joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung, and such king should play ball creep, and go the fools among. Breeden, uncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
And you lie, so we'll have you whipped.
I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. Thou have me whipped for speaking true, thou would have me whipped for lying, and sometime I am whipped for holding my peace. I'd rather be any kind of thing than a fool, yet I will not be thee, uncle. Thou hast pared thy wit on both sides and left nothing in the middle. Look, here comes one of the pairings.
Ah! How now, daughter? Oh, what makes that frontless arm? Methinks you are too much of late in the frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow, when thou hadst little need to care for her frowning. Now thou art an O without a figure. I am better than thou art now. I am a fool. Thou art nothing. Yes, I will hold my tongue, so your face bids me, though you say nothing. Mum, let the shield piece come.
Not only, sir, this your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be into riots. Sir, I had thought, by making this well known unto you, to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful by what yourself too late have spoke and done.
Before you drown, uncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long, and had its head bit off by it young.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir, I would you would make use of that good wisdom whereof I know you are brought, and put away these dispositions that of late transform you from what you rightly are.
May not an ass know when the cart draws the horse? Whoop! Jump! I love thee!
Doth any here know me? This is not Lear. Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Where are his eyes? Either his notion weakens, or his discerning's lethargy. Waking. 'Tis not so. Who is it that can tell me who I am?
Oh, Benedict! Lear's shadow!
I would learn, after the marks of sovereignty, knowledge, and reason, I should be false persuaded I had daughters!
Which they will make an obedient father.
Your name, fair gentlewoman.
This admiration, sir, is much of the savor of other your new pranks. I beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched in both, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn. The cures in lust make it more like a tavern or a brothel than a graced palace.
Darkness and devils! Prepare my horses, call my train together. Degenerate bastard! I'll not trouble thee, yet have I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents. Oh, sir, are you come? Is it your will? Speak, sir. Prepare my horses. Ingratitude, thou marble-hearted fiend, more hideous when thou showest thee in a child than the sea monster.
I pray, sir, patience.
Detested kite, thou liest. My train are men of choice, and of rarest parts, and all particulars of duty know, in the most exact regard, support the worships of their names. Oh, most small fault, how ugly didst thou in Cordelia show, that like an engine wrenched my frame of nature from the fixed place, drew from hard-owned love and added to the gall. Oh, Lear, beat at the gate that let thy folly and thy dear judgment out. Oh, go, my people.
My lord, I'm guiltless as I'm ignorant of what hath moved you.
Oh, it may be so, my lord. Hear nature here, dear goddess here. Suspend thy purpose, if thou didst ever intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility, dry up in her organs of increase, and from her delicate body never spring a babe to honor. Oh, if she must teem, create her child of spleen, that it may live and be athwart this nature torment to her. like stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in her cheeks, to know her mother's pains and benefits, to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is toward the thankless child! Away! Away!
Gods that we adore, whereof comes this?
Never afflict yourself to know the cause, but let his disposition have that shout that dotage gives it.
50 of my followers at a clap, within a fortnight!
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee, life and death! I am ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus. These hot tears, which beg from me before shall make thee worth them. Old fond eyes, believe this cause again, I'll pluck ye out. Yeah, does it come to this? Let it be so. Yet have I left a daughter who I'm sure is kind and comfortable. Oh, when she shall hear this of thee, with her nails shall flay thy wolfish visage. Thou shalt find that I'll resume the shape which thou methinks I did cast off forever. Thou shalt, I warn thee.
Do you want that, my lord?
It cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love I bear thee.
Pray you content. What, Oswald? How? This man hath had good counsel. 100 knights. 'Tis politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 knights. Yes, but on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each complaint, dislike, he may guard his dotage with their powers and hold our lives in mercy. Do Oswald, I say!
Well, you may fear too far.
Safer than trust too far. I know his heart. What he hath uttered, I have written my sister. If she sustain him and use 100 knights, when I have showed thee unfitness. How now, Oswald, what have you writ that letter to my sister?
Yes, madam.
Take you some company and await a horse, inform her full of my particular fear, and thereto add such reasons of your own as may compact with war. Get you gone and hasten your return. No, my lord. This milky gentleness and course of yours, though I condemn not, yet under pardon, you are much more tasked for want of wisdom than praise for harmful mildness.
How far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Striving to better, oft we mar what's well.
Nay, then...
Well, the event.
Go you before to Gloucester with these letters. Await my daughter no further than anything that comes to her demand out of the letter. If your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there afore you.
I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter.
Shalt see thy other daughter will use thee kindly. For though she uses like this, as a crab is like an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell.
Why? What canst thou tell, boy?
She will taste in this as a crab does to a crab. Canst tell why one's nose stands in the middle on his face?
No.
Why? To keep one's eyes neither side on's nose, that when one cannot smell out, one may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Canst tell how an oyster makes its shell?
No.
Nor I neither. But I can tell why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why? To put his head in. Not to give it away to his daughters and leave his horns without a case.
I will forget my nature. So kind a father. Be my horses ready?
Thy asses are going to bear them. The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Yes. Indeed. Thou wouldst make a good fool.
To take it again perforce, monster ingratitude.
If thou wert my fool, uncle, I'd have have thee beaten, being old before thy time.
How's that?
Thou shouldst not have been old, before thou hadst been wise.
Oh, let me not be mad, sweet heavens. Keep me in temper. I would not be mad. How now? Be my horses ready?
Ready, my lord.
Come, boy.
Save thee, curate. And you, sir, I've been with your father and given him notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Reed, his Duchess, will be here with him this night.
How comes that?
Nay, no not. You have heard of the news abroad? I mean, the whisper ones. For they are yet but ear kissing arguments.
I pray you, what are they?
Have you heard of no bloody war told twixt the Duke of Cornwall and Albany?
Not a word.
You may do then. In time. Very well, sir.
The Duke be here tonight. The better. Best! This weaves itself before us into my business. My father hath set guard to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question which I must act. Briefness and fortune work. Brother! A word! Descend, brother, I say! Ha! My father watches. Oh, sir, lie this place. Intelligence is given where you are hid. You have now the good advantage of the night. Have you spoken against the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming hither, now, in the night, in haste, and Regan with him. Have you nothing said upon his party against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
I am sure on't not a word.
I hear my father coming. Pardon me. In cunning, I must draw my sword upon you. Draw. Seem to defend yourself. Ah! Ooh! Ah! Now quit you well, yield. Come before my father. Light-ho! Here! Fly, brother. Torches! Torches! Some blood drawn upon me would beget opinion. Ah. Of my more fierce endeavor, drunkards have I seen do more than this in sport. Father! Father! Stop! Stop! No help!
Edmund! Where is the villain?
Look, sir, I plead.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Flip this way, when by no means.
Pursue him! Ho! Go after! By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship. But that I told him the revenging gods against parasites did all their thunders bend. Spoke with how strong and manifold a bond the child was bound to the father, sir. In fine, seeing how loathly opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose, with his prepared sword he charges home my unprovided body, thence my arm. But when he saw my best alarmed spirits, bold in the encounter, roused to the quarrel's right, or whether gasted by the noise I made, full suddenly he fled.
Let him fly far. Not in this world shall he remain uncaught and bound. Dispatch. The noble Duke, my worthy Archon patron, comes tonight. On his authority, I shall proclaim it that he that finds him deserves our thanks for bringing that murderous coward to the stake. It's the Duke's trumpets. I know not why he comes tonight, but all ports I'll bar. That villain shall not escape. He must grant me that. And besides, I'll send his picture far and near, that all the kingdom will have to do note of him. As for my land, loyal and natural, Lord, I will work the means to make thee capable.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, which I
second call, but now I have heard strange news.
How dost, my lord?
Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What? Did my brother's godson seek your life? He whom my brother named, your Edgar?
Lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father?
I know not. Tis too bad. Too bad.
Yes, madam. He was of that consort.
No marvel then, though he were ill-affected. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death, to have the expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening, for my sister, been well informed of them, and with such cautions, that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I, surely, Regan.
Edmund, I hear you have shown your father a childlike office.
'Twas my duty, sir.
He did bewray his practice and earn this hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall no longer be feared of doing harm. For you, Edmund, you shall be ours. Natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize upon.
I shall serve you, sir, truly. However else.
For him, sir, I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you?
Thus out of season, fretting dark-eyed night, occasions, noble Gloucester, of some poise when we must need use of your advice. My father, he hath writ, so hath our sister, of differences that I least thought fit in to answer from our home to several messengers from hence upon dispatch. Our good old friend, lay comforts to your bosom, and bestow your needful counsel to our business, which craves the instant use.
I serve you, madam. Your graces are most welcome.
Good dawning to thee, friend. Art of this house?
Aye,
Where may we set our horses?
in the mire.
Prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me.
I love thee not.
Why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
Fellow, I know thee.
What dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy, worsted-stocking knave, a lily-livered, action-taking knave, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch, one that I would beat to clamorous whining without a nice syllable of thy addition.
Why, what a monstrous fellow art thou! Thus to rail on what that is neither known of thee, nor knows thee?
What a brazen-faced varlet art thou to deny thou knowest me! Is it 2 days since I tripped at thy heels and beat thee before the king? Draw, you rogue!
Away! I have nothing to do with thee.
Draw, you rascal! You come with letters against the king! Draw!
Help! Help! Murder! Help!
Strike, you slave! Stand, rogue, stand! You need slaves, strike!
Help! Help! Murder! Murder!
How now? What's the matter?
With you, good man, blind, you please. Come, I'll flesh you. Come on, young master.
Weapons, arms. What is the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies. That strikes again. What is the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ancient ruffian, sir, whose life I have spared, and suit of his grey beard.
The horse's head! The unnecessary letter! My lord, if you will give me leave, I would shred this unbolted villain into mortar and daub the wall of a jakes with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagtail.
Peace, sirrah! You beastly knave! Know you no reverence?
Yes, sir, but anger hath a privilege.
Why art thou angry?
That such a slave as this should wear a sword who wears no honesty. Such smiling rogues as these, like rats, oft bite the holy cords of twain which are too entrins to unloose.
How fell you out? Say that.
No contraries hold more antipathies than I and such a knave.
Why dost thou call him knave? What's his offense?
His countenance likes me not.
Nor perchance does mine, nor his, nor hers.
Sir, 'tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder that I see before me at this instant.
This is some fellow who, having been praised for bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness. He cannot flatter he, an honest mind, and plain, he must speak truth.
Sir, in good sooth, in sincere verity, under the allowance of your great aspect, whose influence like the flickering wreath of radiant Phoebus's fire.
What means by this?
To go out of my dialect, which you discommend so much. Sir, I know I am no flatterer. He that beguiled you in a plain accent was a plain knave, which I for my part would not be, though I should win your discontent to entreat me to it.
What was the offense you gave him?
I never gave him any. It pleased the king, his master verily, to strike at me upon his misconstruction.
None of these rogues and cowards, but Ajax is their fool.
Fetch forth the stocks. As I have life and honor, there he shall sit till noon.
Till noon? Till night, my lord. And all night, too.
Why, madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
This is a fellow of the self-same color our sister speaks of. Come, bring away the stocks.
I do beseech your grace not to do so. The king will check him for it. The fault is much. This low purpose correction is such for the basest and contemnest of wretches, for pilferings and common trespasses are punished for. The king must take it ill. That he is held in such regard by his servant should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
Our sister may receive it much worse to have her gentleman abused, assaulted for following her affairs. Put in his legs. Oh, my good lord. Away.
I'm sorry for thee, friend. It's the pleasure of the Duke, whom all the world knows his disposition will be neither rubbed nor stopped. I will entreat for thee.
Pray, do not. Sometime I shall sleep out. The rest I'll whistle. A good man's fortune may come out at heels. Give you good morrow.
The Duke is to blame in this. 'Twill be ill taken.
Good king, that must approve the common saw. Thou out of heaven's benediction comest to warm sun. Approach, thou beacon, to this underglobe, that by thy comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. Nothing almost sees miracles but misery. I know 'tis from Cordelia, who hath most fortunately been informed of my obscured course, and shall find time from this enormous state, seeking to give losses their remedies. Fortune, good night. Smile once more. Turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free, no place. That guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whilst I may escape, I will preserve myself, and bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury and contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, else all my hair up in knots, and with present nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who with roaring voices strike in their mortified and numbed bare arms. Pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary. And with this horrible object. From low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcotes and mills, sometimes with lunatic bands, sometimes with prayers enforce their charity. Poor Turligod! Poor Tom! That's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am. Tis strange as you
so depart from home and not send back my messenger?
As I've learned the night before, there was no purpose in them of this remove.
Hail to thee, noble master.
Ha! Makest thou this shame thy pastime?
No, my lord.
He wears cruel garters. Horses are tied by the head, dogs and bears by the neck, monkeys by the loins, and men at the legs. When a man's over lusty at legs, he wears wooden and nether stocks.
What, he hath so much thy place mistook to set thee here?
It is both he and she. Your son and daughter?
No.
Yes.
No, I say.
I say yea.
By Jupiter, I swear no.
By Juno, I swear aye.
I durst not do it. It could not. Could not do it. 'Tis worse than murder to on such violent outrage. Resolve me with all modest haste which way thou mightst deserve or they impose this usage coming from us.
My lord, when at their home I did commend your highness's letters to them, came there a reeking post whose welcome I've received with poisoned mine. Having more man than would about me I drew, he raised the house with loud and coward cries. Your son and daughter found this trespass worth the shame which here it suffers.
Winter's not gone yet if the wild geese fly that way. For all this, thou shalt have as many dolours for thy daughters as thou canst tell and hear.
Where is this daughter?
The earl, sir, here within.
Follow me not. Stay here.
Make you no more offense for what you speak of.
None. How chance the king comes with so small a train?
Ah! And thou hadst been set in the stocks for that question, thou wouldst well deserved it.
Why, fool?
We'll teach thee to school to an end, to tell thee there's no laboring in the winter. All that follow their noses are led by their eyes, but blind men. And there's not a nose among 20 that can smell him that's sinking. Let go thy hold when a great wheel runs down a hill, lest it break thy neck with following it. But a great wheel that runs up a hill, let it draw thee after. When a wise man gives thee better counsel, give me mine again.
Where learned you this, fool?
Not in the stocks, fool.
Don't deny to speak with me. They are sick, they are weary, they have traveled all night. Fetch me a better answer.
Sir, you know well the fiery quality of the Duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own course.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion, fiery. What quality? Why, Gloucester, I speak of the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
I have, my sir, informed them so.
Inform them! Dost thou understand me, man?
Aye, good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father with his daughter speak commands her service. Are they informed of this? My breath and blood. Fiery! The fiery Duke! Tell us, hot Duke! No, but not yet. Maybe he is not well. Infirmity, lust, or neglect are office whereto our health is bound. We are not ourselves when nature, being oppressed, commands the mind to suffer with the body. Oh. I'll forbear, and have fallen out of my more headier will to take the indisposed and sickly fit for the sound man. Ah, death on my state! Wherefore should he sit here? This act persuades me this promotion of the Duke and her is practice only. Give me my servant forth. Go, tell the Duke and his wife I speak with them now. Presently, bid them come forth and hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum till the cry sleep to death.
I would have all well betwixt you.
Oh, me, my heart, my rising heart, down.
Cry to it, uncle, as the Cockney did to the eels, when she put him in the paste alive. She knocked him o'er the coxcomb with a stick and cried, "Down, wantons, down!"
Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
I'm glad to see your highness.
Regan, I think you are. I know what reason I have to think so. If thou shouldst not be glad, I will divorce me from thy mother's tomb, sepulchring an adulteress. Oh, are you free? Some other time for that. Beloved Regan, thy sister's not. Oh, Regan, she hath tied shut to unkindness like a vulture here. I can scarce speak to thee. Thou wilt not believe without depraved equality. Oh, Regan!
I pray you, sir, take patience. I have hope. You know less how to value her desert than she to scant her duty.
Say how is that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation. If, sir, perchance she have restrained the riots of your followers, 'tis on such ground and on such wholesome end that clears her from a blame.
My curses on her.
Ugh, sir, you are old. Nature in you stands on the very verge of her confine. You should be ruled and led by a discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray that to our sister you do make return. So you have wronged her, sir.
Ask her forgiveness. Do you but mark how this becomes the house? Oh, dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Ancient necessary. Here on my knees I beg that you'll vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food.
Sir, no more! These are unsightly tricks! Return you to my sister!
Never, Regan! She evaded me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue most serpent-like upon the very heart. All the stored vengeances of heaven fall on her ungrateful top. Strike her young bones, you taking airs, with lameness.
Fie, sir, fie!
You nimble lightnings, dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes. Infect her beauty, you fen-sucked fogs, drawn by the powerful sun, to fall and blast her pride.
Ugh, the blessed God. So you wish on me when the rash mood is on?
No. I shall never have my curse. Thy tender hefted nature shall never give thee over to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but thine do comfort and not burn. 'Tis not in thee to grudge my pleasures, to cut off my train, to bandy hasty words, to scant my sighs, and thy half the kingdom hast thou not forgot wherein I be endowed.
Oh, good sir, to the purpose.
How came I man in the stocks?
What trumpet's that?
I know it, my sisters. This approves her letter that she would soon be here.
Oh, this is a slave whose easy borrowed pride dwells in the fickle grace of her he follows. Out, varlet, from my sight!
What means your grace?
Who stalked my servant? Regan! I have good hope that it's not knownt. Who comes here? Oh, heavens. If you do love old men, if your sweets will allow obedience, if you yourselves are old, make it your cause, send down and take my part. I'm not ashamed to look upon this beard. Oh, Regan, wilt thou take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offense that indiscretion finds and dotage turns so.
Oh, sighs, you are too tough. Yet hold. How came my man in the stocks?
I set him there, sir. But his own disorders deserved much less advancement.
You? Did you?
I pray you, father, being weak seems so. If, till the expiration of your month, you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, come then to me. I'm away from home, and out of that provision which shall be needful for your entertainment.
Return to her, and 50 men dismiss. No. Persuade me rather to endure all roofs, and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be the comrade with the wolf and the owl, necessity shall pinch. Return with her. Persuade me rather to be slave and sumpter to this detested groom.
Oh, at your choice, sir.
My pretty daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more speak, no more see one another. Yet thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Or rather, a disease, as in my flesh that I must needs call mine. Thou art a boil, a plague sore, an embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood. But I will chide thee. Then when thou canst be better at thy leisure, I can be patient. I can stay with Regan. I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so. I looked not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister, for those that mingle reason with your passion are content to think you old, and so... Well, she knows what she does.
It is well spoken.
I dare vouch it, sir. But 50 followers is enough well. What would you need of more? Yea, or so many sit that both charge and danger speak in so great a number. How in one house should many people under 2 commands hold amity? 'Tis hard, almost impossible.
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants or from mine?
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you come to me, for now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I provide you place or notice.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it.
Made you my guardians, my depositaries. But kept to reservation we fall with such a number. What? Must I come to you with 5 and 20, Regan? Said you so?
And speak it again, my lord, no more with me.
Those wicked creatures yet look well favored. Not being the worst sends in some rank of praise. I'll go with thee. Thy 50, yet doth double 5 and 20, and thou art twice her love.
Hear me, my lord. What need you 5 and 20, 10 or 5, to follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend you?
What need one?
A reason, not the need. Our basest beggars are the poor things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is as cheap as beasts. Thou art a lady. If only to go warm or gorgeous, why nature needs not thou gorgeous wares, it scarcely keeps thee warm. Oh, but for true need. You heavens, give me that patience. Patience I need. You see me here, you gods. A poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you that stir these daughters' hearts against their father, fool me not so much to bear it tamely. Touch me with noble anger, and let not women's weapons watered up stain my men's cheeks! No! You unnatural hags! I will have such revenges on you both that all the world shall! I will do such things! What they are yet, I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth! Think I'll weep? No! I'll not weep! I have full cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or ere fool, I shall go mad.
Let us withdraw. 'Twill be a storm.
This house is little. The old man and his people cannot be well bestowed.
'Tis his own blame. Hath put himself from rest, and must needs taste his folly.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not one follower.
So am I purposed. Where is my lord of Gloucester?
Follow the old man forth. He's returned.
The king is in a high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls the horse up. I'll know not whither.
'Tis best to give him way. He leads himself.
My lord, entreat him by no means to stay.
Alack, the night comes, and the winds do sorely ruffle. For miles about there is scarce a bush.
Sir, to willful men, the injuries that they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors. He's attended with a desperate train, and what they may incense him to, apt to have his ear abused. Wisdom, it's fear.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My regan counsels well. Come out of the storm.
crack your cheeks. Rage, blow, you cataracts and hurricanes, spout till you drench the steeples, drown the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, what courier's toe-cleaving thunderbolts singe my white head! And now, all shaking thunder, smite flat the thick rotundity of the world, crack nature's molds, and drum and spill at once that make ingrateful man.
Oh, Uncle, court holy water in a dry house is better than this rain water out of door. Uncle, in and ask thy daughter's blessing. Here's a man who pities neither wise man nor fool.
Who's there?
Mary, here's grace in a codpiece. That's a wise man and a fool.
Master, are you here? Thinks I love night, love not such nights as these. These wrathful skies gather the very wanderers of the dark and make them keep their caves. Since I was man, such sheets of fire, such bursts of horrid thunder, such groans of wind and rain I never remember to have heard. Man's nature cannot carry the affliction nor the fear.
Let the great gods that keep this dreadful pother over our heads find out their enemies now. Tremble, thou wretch. Thy as within the undivulged crimes, unwit of justice, I beat out bloody hand.
Black bareheaded, gracious my lord, hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship will it lend you against the tempest. Repose you there while I to this hard house return.
My wits begin to turn. Come on, my boy. Oh, how dust, my boy. I'm cold. I am cold myself. Where is the straw, my fellow? Poor fool, knave. I have one part of my heart that takes sorry for thee.
He that has e'er a little tiny wit, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, must make content with his fortune's fit. For the rain, it raineth every day.
True, my good boy. Come, bring us to this hovel.
This is a brave night to cool a courtesan. I'll speak a prophecy, here I go. When priests are more in word than matter, when brewers mar their malt with water, when nobles are their tailors' tutors, no heretics burned, but wenches' suitors, when every case in law is right, no squire in debt, nor no poor knight, when slanderers do not live in tongues, nor cut purses come not to throngs, when usurers sow their gold in the field, and bawds and whores do churches build. Then shall the realm of Albion come to great confusion. Then comes the time who live to see it, when going shall be used with feet. This prophecy Merlin shall make, for I live before his time.
Alack, Edmund, I like not this unnatural dealing. When I request their leave that I might pity him, they take from me the use of mine own house. Charge me on pain of their perpetual displeasure to neither speak of him, entreat for him, nor any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Go to. Say you nothing. There is a division betwixt the dukes. And worse news than that, I received a letter this night that is dangerous to be spoken. I kept it locked in my closet. The pains the king now bears will be revenged home. There is a part of the power already footed. We must incline to the king. I'll seek him out and privily relieve him. Go you and maintain talk with the duke such that my charity be not of him perceived. If he asks after me, I am ill and gone to bed. Though I may die for it, as much is certain to me. The king, my old master, must be relieved. There is some strange thing toward Edmund. I pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee shall the Duke instantly know. And of that letter too, this seems a fair deserving, and must draw me that which my father loses. No less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Here is the place, my lord. Could my lord enter? The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Could my lord enter here?
Don't break my heart.
I'd rather break mine own. Could my lord enter?
Thou thinkest 'tis much this contentious storm invades to the skin. So 'tis to thee. For where the greater malady is fixed, the lesser is scarce felt. The body's delicate. The tempest in my mind that from my senses take all else save what beats in it. Filial ingratitude. Is it not as this mouth should tear this hand for lifting food to it? But I will punish home. No. I will weep no more. In such a night to shut me out. Pour on. I will endure in such a night as this. Oh, Regan, daughter of your old kind father, whose frank heart gave all. Oh, that way madness lies. Let me shun that, no more of that.
Good my lord, enter here.
Prithee, go in thyself, seek thine own ease. This tempter shall not give me leave to ponder on things would hurt me more. But I'll go in. In, boy, go first. You houseless poverty may get thee in. I'll pray, and then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches, wheresoever you are that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm. How shall your houseless heads, your unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness defend you from seasons such as these? Oh, I have taken too little care of this. Take physic. Come, expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou might shake the superflux of them and show the heavens more just.
Poor Tom! Come on in here, Uncle! There's a spirit! Help me! Help me!
Give me thy hand. Who's there?
A spirit! A spirit! He says his name's Poor Tom!
What art thou that dost grovel there in the straw? Come forth!
Away! The foul fiend follows me. The sharp hawthorn blows the cold wind. Get thee to thy cold bed and warm thee. Hast thou given all to thy 2 daughters? And art thou come to this? Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and flame, through ford and whirlpool, or bog and quagmire, that have laid knives under his pillow and halters in his pew, set rat's bane by his forage, and made him proud of heart to ride on a bee-trotting horse over 4-inch bridges, to cause his own shadow for a traitor. Oh, bless thy 5 wits! Tom's a cold. What? Have his daughters brought into this pass? Couldst thou save nothing? Didst thou give them all?
Nay, he reserved a blanket, else we had all been shamed.
Oh, now all the plagues that in the pendulous airs hang faded over men's faults, light on thy daughters.
He hath no daughters, sir.
Death traitor! Nothing could have subdued nature to such a lowness in his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion that such discarded fathers should have thus little mercy on their flesh? Judicious punishment! 'Twas this flesh begot those pelican daughters. Pillicock sat on Pillicock Hill!
Hello? Hello? Hello?
This cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
What hast thou been?
A serving man, proud in heart and mind, that curled my hair, wore gloves in my cap, served the lust of my mistress's heart, and did the act of darkness with her. Swore as many oaths as I spake words, broke them in the sweet face of heaven. One that slept in the contriving of lust, and waked to do it. Wine loved I deeply, dice dearly, pulse of heart, light of ear, bloody of hand, hawk and sloth, fox in stealth, wolf in greediness, dog in madness, lion in grey. Let not the creaking of shoes nor the rustling of silks betray thy poor heart to woman.
Oh, thou wert better in thy grave than to answer with thy uncovered body this extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou wast the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cats no perfume. Here's 3 ounces to give me. Thou art the thing itself. Unaccommodated man is no more but such a poor, bare-foot animal as thou art. Oh, off you lendings, come and put in here.
Prithee, Nuncle, be contented. It's a naughty night to swim in. Now a little fire in a wild field like an old lecher's heart. A small spark over a sun's body cold. Look! Here comes a walking fire!
This is the foul fiend! Liver to gibbet! Oh. He begins at curfew and walks till the first cock. He gives the web and the pin, squints the eye, makes the hare lip, mildews the white wheat, and hurts the poor creatures of earth!
Oh. How do you, sir?
What's he?
Who are you? What is you seek?
What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom, that eats the swimming frog, the toad, the tadpole, who in the fury of his heart when the foul fiend rages hath cow dungs for salads, who has been whipped from tithing to tithing, and stock punished and imprisoned, who has had horse to ride and weapon to wear, mice and rats and such small deer have been Tom's food for 7 long years. Where thy follower? Peace, peace, thou fiend!
What, hath your grace no better company?
The Prince of Darkness is a gentleman.
Our flesh and blood is grown so vile, my lord, it doth hate what gets it.
Poor Tom's a cold.
Go in with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey in all of your daughter's harsh commands. Though their injunctions be to bar mine doors and let the tyrannous night take hold of you, yet have I seeked you out to bring you where both fire and food is ready.
First, let me talk with this noble philosopher. What is the cause of thunder?
Good my lord, take his offer. Go into the house.
I'll talk a learn the same learned Athenian. What is your study?
How to prevent the foul fiend and to kill them.
Oh, let me ask you one word in private.
Importune him once more to go, my lord. His wits begin to unsettle.
Canst thou blame him? His own daughter seek his death. Can't said it would be thus. Banished man. You know, friend, you say the king grows mad. I grow mad myself. I had a son, now outlawed from my blood, who sought my life but lately, very late. I loved him, my friend. No father his son dear of truth to tell thee. Grief that instant crazed my wits. What a night is this. I do beseech your grace.
Oh, noble, cry our mercy, sir. Noble philosopher, your company.
Poor Tom's a cold.
Oh,
So get thee into the hovel, get thee warm.
come, let's in all.
This way, my lord.
With him, I will keep still with my same learned Athenian.
Good my lord, soothe him. Let him take the fellow.
Take him you on.
Come along, sirrah. Go along with us.
Come, good Athenian.
No words, no words, hush.
Child Roland to the dark tower came. By foe and fum, I smell the blood of a British man.
ere I depart his house.
This is the letter he spoke of, which approves him an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh, heavens! That this treason were not I the detective.
Go with me to the Duchess.
If the matter of this paper be certain, you have a mighty business in hand.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I will bring comfort with what addition I can.
The power of his wits have given way to his impatience. The gods reward your kindness.
He's mad that trusts in the tameness of the wolf, a horse's health, a boy's love, or a whore's oath.
It shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Come, sit down here, most lynx justice, sir. Thou sapient, sir, sit here. Now, you she foxes.
Look where he stands and glares. What's the eyes of trial, madam? Come on aboard, Betsy, to meet me.
Oh, go to the league, that you must not speak. Why she dares not come over to me.
Oh, the fellow fiend-haunts poor Tom in the voice of a nightingale. Hop, dance, and cries in Tom's belly for 2 white herring. Croak now, black angel, I have no food for thee.
How do you, sir? Stand not so amazed. Will you lie down and rest upon the cushions?
I'll see their trial first. Bring in the evidence. Thy Roman of justice, take thy place, and now his yoke fellow of equity, bench by his side. You be commissioned too, sit you too.
Let us deal justly.
Arraign her first. 'Tis Goneril. I here take my oath before this honorable assembly. She kicked the poor king, her father.
Come hither, mistress. Is your name Goneril?
She cannot deny it.
Pray you mercy, I took you for a joint stool.
And here's another, whose warp look proclaim what store her heart is made on. Oh! Stop her there! Arms! Arms! Swords! Fire! Corruption in the place! False justice, sir! Why hast thou let her escape?
Bless thy 5 wits!
Hey, sir, where is the patience now that thou so oft have boasted to retain?
My tears begin to take his part so much they'll mar my counterfeiting.
You, sir, I detain for one of my 100. Only do I not like the fashion of your garments. You will say they are Persian attire, but let them be changed.
Good, my lord, lie here and rest a while.
Make no noise, make no noise. Draw the curtains. So. We'll go to supper in the morning.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, friend. Where is the king, my master?
Here, but trouble him not. His wits are gone.
Brady, take him in thy arms. I word upon a death upon him. There was a litter ready outside. Lay him in it, and straight toward Dover, where you shall find both welcome and protection.
Pressed nature sleeps. This rest might yet have balmed thy broken senses, which of convenience will not allow stand in hard cure. Come, help bear thy master. Thou must not stay behind.
Go. Away.
How light and portable my pain seems now, when that which makes me bend makes the king bow. He childed as I fathered. Poor Tom, away. Mark thy high noises and thyself bewray. When false opinion whose wrong thought defiles thee, in thy just proof repeals and reconciles thee. Ugh, what more we'll have tonight? Safescape the king.
Post speedily to my lord your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France is landed. Seek out the traitor Gloucester.
Hang him instantly.
Look out his eye. Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep your sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit for your beholding. Advise the Duke where you are going to a most festive preparation. We are bound to the like. Our posts shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. How now? Where's the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 5 or 6 of his knights are gone with him towards Dover, where they boast to have well-armed friends.
Get horses for your mistress.
Farewell, sweet lord and sister.
Edmund, farewell. Go seek the traitor Gloucester. Hanging him like a thief and bring him before us. Though well we may not pass upon his life without the form of justice, yet our power shall do courtesy to our wrath, which men may blame but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
Ungrateful fox, 'tis he.
My master's corky arms!
What mean, your graces? Friends, remember, you are my guests. Show me no foul play, friends.
Bind him, I say! Hard, hard!
Oh, you filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady, thou art. I am not.
To this chair bind him. Villain, thou shalt find.
This most ignobly done to cut me by the beard.
So white, and such a traitor.
Unmerciful lady, the hairs you do ravish from my chin would quicken and accuse thee. You are my guests. With robber's hands, my hospitable graces should you not ruffle. What will you do?
Come, sir. What letters have you late from France?
Be simple, answerer, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy have you with the traitors late-footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands have you sent the lunatic king? Speak!
I have a letter guessingly set down from one of a neutral heart and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
Where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover!
Wherefore to Dover? Was thou not charged at peril?
Wherefore to Dover? Let him first answer that.
Because I would not see your cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor your fierce sister in his anointed flesh sink boorish fangs.
See it shalt thou never. Fellows, hold the chair. Upon these eyes of thine, I'll set my foot.
Thee so literally behold, give me some oh! Oh! Oh, God!
One side will mock the other. The other two.
If you see vengeance.
Hold, my lord! I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I never done thee than now to bid you hold.
And now you dog!
If you had a beard upon your face, I'd shake it on this quarrel. What do you mean?
My villain!
Name it! Come on and take the chance of anger!
With thy sword. Stands up thus.
You slay! My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him!
Lest it see more. Prevent it!
No.
Where's thy luster now?
Oh, darken comfortless. Where's my son Edmund? Edmund! Enkindle all the sparks of nature and quit this horrid act!
Out, treacherous villain. Thou callest on him that hates thee. It was he that made the overture of thy treasons to us, who is too good to pity thee.
Oh, my fathers, that Edgar is abused. Oh, gods, forgive me that,
stockings, and let him smell his way back to Dover. How is it, my lord? How look you?
I've received a hurt. Follow me, lady. Turn out that eyeless villain and throw this slave upon the dunghill. Regan, I bleed apace. Untimely comes this hurt. Give me your arm.
I'll never care what wickedness I do if this man should come to good.
If she live long and in the end meet with the old course of death, women will all turn monsters!
Let's follow the old earl and get the bedlam to lead him where he would. His roguish madness allows itself to anything.
Go, thou, I'll fetch some flax and whites of eggs to apply to his bleeding face. Now heaven help him!
Better thus, and known to be contemned, than to be contemned and flattered. To be worst, the lowest and most ejectable thing of fortune stands still in esperance. It lives not in fear. The lamentable change is for the best. The worst returns to laughter. Who comes here? My father? Poorly led? World, oh world!
Oh, my good lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant these 80 years.
My friend, get thee gone. Your comforts can do me no good. Thee may hurt.
Alack, sir, you cannot see your way.
I have no way, therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Our means secure us, and our mere defects prove our commodities. Oh, Edgar, if I might live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
How now? Who goes there?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman. And beggar too.
He must have some sense, else he could not beg. I such a fellow saw in the last night's storm that made me think a man a worm. Came then my son into my mind, though my mind was scarce friends with him. As flies are to wanton boys, are we to their gods. They kill us for their sport.
How should this be? Bad is the trade that must play full to sorrow, angering itself and others. Bless thee, master!
Is that the naked fellow?
Anyway, Lord.
Good sir, get thee gone. I will overtake us at a mile or twain toward Dover. Do it for ancient love. Bring some covering for this naked soul, who I'll entreat to lead me.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
'Tis a plague of the times when the madmen lead the blind. Go. Do it for me, or rather, your own pleasure. Above the rest, be gone.
I'll bring the best peril that I have. Come on it, what will.
Sirrah! Naked fellow!
Poor Tom's a cold! I cannot doubt it further.
Come hither, sirrah!
And yet I must. Bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowest thou the way to Dover?
Oh, both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Oh, poor Tom has been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, good man's son, from the foul fiend.
Here, sir. Purse. He whom the heavens have hoped to all strokes, that I am wretched make thee the happier. Now, dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff whose high and bending head fearfully overlook the confined deep. Bring me to but the very brim of it, and I will repair the miseries you bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading need.
Give me your arm. Poor Tom shall need be.
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Now where's your master?
Madam, within, but never men so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him that you were coming. His answer was the worse. Of Gloucester's treachery and of the loyal service of the sun. When I informed him, then he called me sot and told me I had turned the wrong side out. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him. What like, offensive.
Then shall you go no further? And is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake, will not feel wrongs which tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effect. Back Edmund to my brother, hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change hands at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture in your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this. Spare speech. Decline your help. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive and fare thee well.
Yours in the ranks of dead.
My most dear Gloucester. Difference of man and man. To thee, woman's services are due. My full usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistle.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face. I fear your disposition.
No more, the text is foolish.
Wisdom and goodness to the vile seem vile. Filths savor but themselves. What have you done? Tigers, not daughters, what have you performed? A father, a gracious, aged man.
Milk-leered man, that bears the cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who hast not in thy brows, an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering, that thou knowest fools do those villains pity that are punished ere they have done their mischief.
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiends so horrid as in woman.
O vain fool!
Shaken and self-covered thing, for shame the monster not thy feature. Were it my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they are apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bone. However thou art a fiend, a woman's shape doth shield thee.
Marry your manhood now.
What news?
Oh, my lord, the Duke of Cornwall's dead, slain by his servant, going to put out the other eye of Gloucester. This letter, madam, craves a speedy response. 'Tis from your sister.
One way, I like this well. But being the widow, and my Gloucester with her, may all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way, the news is not so tart. I'll read and answer.
Where was his son when they did take his eyes?
Come with my lady hither.
He is not here.
No, my good lord, I met him back again.
Knows he this wickedness?
Aye, my good lord, 'twas he that made the overtures of his treasons towards him, and quit the house of purpose that their punishment might have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest.
Gone back. Know you the reason?
Something you left imperfect in the state, which since his coming forth is thought of, which reports to the kingdom so much fear and danger as personal return was most required and necessary.
Did your letters pierce the queen to any demonstration of grief?
Aye, sir. She took them, read them in my presence, and now and then an ample tear trilled down her delicate cheek. She seemed the queen over her passion, who most rebel-like sought to be king over her.
Oh, then it moved her.
Not to a rage. Patience and sorrow strove whom to express her goodliest. You've seen sunshine and rain at once.
Made she no verbal question?
Faith, once or twice she heaved the name of father pantingly forth. As it oppressed her heart, cried, "Sisters, sisters, shame of ladies, sisters! O Kent, fathers, sisters, what in the storm, in the night, let pity not be believed. Then she shook the holy water from her heavenly eyes and clamor moistened. Then away she starts with grief, alone.
Well, sir, the poor distressed Lear's in the town, who sometime in his better tune remembers what we are come about, but by no means will yield to see his daughter.
Why, good sir?
The sovereign shame so elbows him. His own unkindness that stripped her from his benediction, turned her to foreign casualties, gave her dear rights to her dog-hearted daughters. These things sting his mind so venomously that a burning shame detains him from Cordelia.
Alack, poor gentleman.
Of Albany's and Cornwall's powers, you heard not?
'Tis so, they are afoot.
Pray you, sir, I'll take you to our master Lear, and leave you to attend him. Some cause will in concealment wrap me up a while. When I am known aright, you shall not grieve lending me this acquaintance. I pray you go along with me.
Alack, 'tis he. Why, he was met even now as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fumitor and furrow weeds, with burdock, hemlock, nettles, cuckoo flowers, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in our sustaining corn. A sentry, send forth. Search every acre of our high-grown field and bring him to our eye. What can in man's wisdom in the restoring his bereft sense, he that helps him take all my outward worth?
There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of nature is repose, the which he lacks, that provoking him are many simples operative, whose power close the eye of anguish.
All blessed secrets, all you unpublished virtues of the earth, spring with my tears. Be aidant and remediate in the good man's distress. Seek for him, lest his ungoverned rage dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it.
News, madam. The British power marching hitherward.
'Tis known before. Our preparation stands in expectation of them. Oh, my dear father, it is thy business that I go about. Therefore, great France, my mourning and important tears have pity. Hell-blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right, soon may I hear and see him.
But are my brother's powers set forth?
Aye, madam.
Himself in person there.
Madam, with much ado, your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund, speak not with your lord at home.
No, madam.
What might import my sister's letter to him?
No, not, lady.
Faith, he is posted hence on serious matter. With great ignorance, Gloucester's eyes being out to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery to dispatch his knighted life. Moreover, to descry the strength of the enemy.
I must sneak after him, madam, with my letter.
Our troops don't set forth till tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not, madam. My lady charged my duty in this business.
Why should she write to Edmund? Why not you transport her purposes by word, but like something... I know not what. Allah thee, let me unseal.
The letter, madam! I had rather...
I know your lady does not love her husband, I am sure of it. At her late being here, she gave strange oyads and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom.
I, madam?
I speak in understanding. You are. I know it. Therefore, I do advise you to take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. You may gather more. If you do find him, pray you, give him this. And when your mistress hears much thus, I pray, desire her call her wisdom to her. So, fare you well. And if you do chance to hear of that that blind trader, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Would I could meet him, madam. I should show a party I do follow.
Fare thee well.
When shall we come to the top of that same cliff?
You do climb up it now. Look how we labor.
Methinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Come, here's the place. Stand you still. Now. Fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one's eyes so low. The crows and choughs that wing the midway air show scarce so gross as beetles.
Set me where you stand.
You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For oh, beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my arm. Here, sir, it's another purse. Which will well worth the more man's taking. Fairies and gods, prosper it with thee. Now, sir, get me further along. Bid me farewell. Let me hear thee going.
Aye, sir. Fare you well.
With all my heart.
Why I do trifle thus with his despair is done to cure it.
Oh, you mighty gods! I do renounce this world, and in your sight shake my great affliction off. If I could stand it and not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills, my snuff and loathed part of nature should burn itself out. And if Edgar lives, oh, bless him. Now, friend, farewell.
Gone, sir, farewell. And yet I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life, when life itself yields to the theft. Had he been where he thought, by this had thought been past, alive or dead? Ho, you, sir, friend! Hear you, sir, speak! Oh, that's mighty pass indeed! Oh, oh, yet he revives! Oh, what are you, sir?
Away! Let me die!
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer, feathers, air, oh, so many fathom down precipitated, thou'st shivered like an egg, yet thou dost breathe. Hast heavy substance, bleedst not, speakst, art sound. Thy life's a miracle, speak yet again.
I am fallen, no?
From the dread summit of that chalky bourne, look up behind. The shrill gorge lark so far cannot be seen or heard. Do but look up.
I have no eyes. Is wretchedness so deprived the ability to end itself with death? 'Twas once a small comfort when misery could beguile the tyrant's rage and fool his proud will.
Come, give me your arm. So. Feel you your legs? You stand.
Too well. Too well.
Oh, this is above all strangeness. Upon the crown of the cliff, what thing was that which parted from you?
A poor unfortunate beggar.
As I stood here below, methought his eyes were 2 full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns whelked and waved like the enriched sea. That was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest gods have preserved thee.
I do remember it, the thing you speak of. I mistook it for a man. You would often say, "The fiend! The fiend!" You led me to that place.
Bear free and patient thoughts. Who comes here? safer sense will ne'er accommodate his master thus.
No, they cannot touch me for coining. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight!
Nature's above art in that respect. Oh. Here's your press money. Ah, that fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard. Oh. Look, a mouse. Peace. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. Oh. There's my gauntlets. I will prove it I'm a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Oh. Well flown, bird. In the clout. Give the word.
Sweet marjoram!
Pass! I know that voice.
Ah, Goneril, with a white beard. They flattered me like a dog. Told me I had white hairs in my beard and the black ones were there. To say I and no to everything I said, I and no to was no good divinity.
That trick of the voice I do well know. This is not the king.
Aye, every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes.
I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adult? Oh, thou shalt not die. Die for adultery?
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
Oh, let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, you rude piece of nature. This great robe should wear itself out to naught. Dost thou know me?
I know thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squint at me? No, do thy worst, blind Cupid. I'll not love. Oh. Read thou this challenge. Mark with the penning of it.
Were all the letters sons, I could not read one.
Oh. If thou beat my fortunes, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. Oh, thou must be patient. Became crying, either thou knowest. The first time we smell the air, we wail and cry. I'll preach to thee, mark. Alack the day! When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. This is a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof. And when we have stolen upon these sons-in-laws, then kill. Oh, there he is. Lay hands upon him. Sir, your most dear daughter. What? A rescue? What, a prisoner? Why, I'm even a natural fool of fortune. Use me well, you shall have ransom. Let me have surgeons, I am cut to the brains.
You shall have anything.
No seconds. All myself. Why, this would make a man of salt to use his eyes for garden water pots. And laying on his dust.
Good sir.
I will die bravely. Like a bridegroom. Why, my master, be jovial, I am the king, you know that.
You are a royal one. We will obey you.
Oh. Then there's life in it. Nay, if you shall get it, you shall get it with running.
A sight most pitiful in demeanors which, past speakings of any king, thou hast won there, who redeems nature from the general curse, which twain have brought her to.
Hail, gentle sir!
Sir, speak you. What's your will?
Do you hear aught, sir, of a battle toward?
Most sure and vulgar. Anyone hears that which can distinguish sound.
But by your favor, sir, how near is the other army?
Near, and on speed foot, the main desecrated stands on hourly thought.
Thank you, gentle sir.
Oh, you ever gentle gods, take from me the use of my breath, and let not my worser spirit send me to die before you, please.
I pray you, Father.
Now then, sir, what are you?
A most poor man, made tame to fortune's blows, who by the art of none and feeling sorrow, am pregnant to good pity. Come, I'll lead you to some biding.
The bounty and medicine of heaven to boot and boot.
A proclaimed prize! Most happy that Alyssa of thine was first spring blessed to raise my fortunes. Thou old unhappy traitor! Briefly thyself remember! The sword is out that must destroy thee.
You and your kind arm put enough strength to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant, darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest that the infection of his fortune take like hold on thee. Let go his arm.
I'll not let go, sir, without further occasion.
Let go, slave, or thou diest.
Nay, come not near the old man.
Out, dunghill.
I'll pick your teeth, sir, no matter for your foins.
Slave, thou hast slain me. Villain, take my purse. Ever thou wilt thrive, bury my body, and give the letters which thou find'st about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the British party. Oh, untimely death!
I know thee well. Service of a villain as duteous to the vices of thy mistress as badness would desire.
What, is he dead?
What pray you, Father? Rest you? Come, let's see these pockets. The letters that he speaks of may be my friends. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut him off. If your will want not, time and place shall be fruitfully offered. There is nothing to be done if he return the conqueror. Thus am I his prisoner, and his bed my jail. From loathed warmth whereof deliver me, and supply the place of your labor. Your wife, so I should say, an affectionate servant, Goneril. Oh, undistinguished space of woman's will! A plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and the exchange my brother? Here in the sands Theo rake up!
King's gone mad. How stiff is my vile sense that I can stand and give ingenious feelings to my huge sorrows. Better I were distract. Better my thoughts severed from my griefs, and my woes by worse imaginations lose the knowledge of themselves.
Come, Father, give me your arm. Far off, methinks, I hear the beaten drum. Come, I'll bestow you with a friend.
Thy goodness. My life will be too short, and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is o'erpaid.
Be that your suited, these weeds are memories of those worser hours. I prithee put them off.
I pray you, madam, yet to be known shortens my maid intent. My boon I make it that you know me not, till time and I think meet.
And be it so, my good lord.
So please your majesty, that we may wake the king. He hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge and proceed with the sway of your own will.
Is he alright?
Aye, madam. In the heaviness of his sleep, we put fresh garments on him.
Be by, good madam. When we do awake him, I doubt not of his temperance.
Very well.
Please you, draw near. Louder music there!
Oh, my dear father. Restoration. Hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
And do not then thy father these white flakes I challenge pity of them? Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. And what's thou fain, poor father? Towelly with swine, and rogues forlorn, and short, and musty straw, alack! Alack! 'Tis wonder that thy life and wits had not concluded all. He wakes. Speak to me.
Madam, do you, his fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art so bliss. Yet I am bound upon a wheel of fire, and mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
You're a spirit, I know. When did you die?
Still far gone.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another thus. I know not what to say. I will not swear he's on my hands. Betsy. I feel this pinprick, but I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hands in benediction or mine. Oh, sir, you must not kneel.
Pray you, do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man. And to deal plainly, I fear I'm not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you, and know this man. Yet I am doubtful, for I may not even know what place this is. Nor all the skill I have remembers not these garments. No, I know not where I did lodge last night. Oh, do not laugh at me. For as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Be your tears wet? Yes, Faith. I pray. Weep not. If you have poison for me, I will drink it. I know you do not love me. For your sisters have, as I remember, done me wrong. They have some cause. You have not.
No cause. No cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him. It is danger to make him even over the time he has lost. Desire him to go in. Trouble him no more till further settling.
Wilt please your highness walk?
You must forgive me. Pray you now, forget and forgive. I am old and foolish.
Holds it true the Duke of Cornwall was so slain?
Most certain, sir.
Who is conductor of his people?
As 'tis said, the bastard son of Gloucester.
They say Edgar, his banished son, is with the Earl of Kent in Germany.
Report is changeable. 'Tis time to look about. The powers of the kingdom approach apace.
The argument is like to be bloody. Fare you well, sir.
My point and period will be thoroughly wrought, or well or ill, as this day's battles fought.
Cured. Know the Duke of his last purpose hold, or whether since he's advised by aught to change the course. He is full of alteration and self-improving, bring his constant pleasure.
Our sister's man is certainly miscarried.
Is to be doubted, madam.
Now, my sweet Lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honor, love.
But have you ever found my brother's way to the forfended place?
That thought abuses you.
I am doubtful that you have been conjunct and bosomed with her as far as we call hers.
No. By mine honor, madam.
I shall never endure her. Dear my lord, be not familiar with her.
Fear me not.
I had rather lose the battle than that sister should loosen him in me.
Our very loving sister, be well met. Sir, this I hear. The king has come to his daughter with others whom the rigor of our state have forced to cry out. Where I cannot be honest, I never yet was valiant. For this business, it toucheth us, as France invades our land, not both the king, with others whom I fear have most just and heavy causes.
Sir, you speak nobly.
Why is this reasoned?
Combined together against the enemy, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let's then determine with the ancient of war our proceedings.
I shall attend you presently at your tent.
If e'er your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word.
I'll overtake you. Speak.
Before you fight the battle, ope this letter. If you have victory, let the trumpet sound for him that brought it. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion that will prove what is avouched there. Fortune love you.
Stay till I've read thy paper.
I was forbid it. When time shall serve, let but the herald cry, and I'll appear again.
Fare you well. I'll overlook thy letter.
The enemies in view, drop your powers. Here is the true guess of their strength in numbers by diligent discovery. But your haste is now urged on you.
We will greet the time.
To both these sisters have I sworn my love. Each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? Both? One? Or neither? Neither can be enjoyed while both remain alive. To take the widow exasperates, makes mad her sister Gallagher, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle, which, being done, let her who would be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate. better then.
We are not the first who with best meaning have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down. Myself could else outfrown false fortune's frown.
Where are these daughters and these sisters?
No. Come, let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in a cage. And thou dost have me blessing. I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies. Take them away. Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring us a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes. Come.
Come hither, Captain. Hark. Take thou this note. One step have I advanced thee. If thou dost as this note instructs thee, thou hast made thy way to noble fortune. Know thou this, that men are as the time is. To be tender-minded does not become a sword. Thy great employment will not bear question, either say thou do it or thrive by other means.
I cannot draw a cart, nor eat dried oats. If it be man's work, I'll do it.
Sir, you have today shown your valiant strain and fortune, led you well. You have the opposites that were the captives of this day's strife. We do require them of you, so to use them as we shall find their merits and our safety may equally determine.
So I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appointed guard. With whom I sent the king, my reasons are the same. And they shall be ready tomorrow, or at further space, to appear where you shall hold your session.
Sir, by your patience, I hold you as a subject of this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been demanded ere you spoke so far. To lend our powers, bore commission to my place and person, the which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your audition.
In my rights, by me invested he compares the best.
Oh, that were the most if he should husband you.
Gestures do oft prove prophets.
Hola, hola, that eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer from a full flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony. Dispose of them with me. The walls are thine. Witness the world that I create thee here, my lord and master.
Mean you to enjoy him?
The let alone lies not in your goodwill.
Nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow, yes.
Let the drum strike, and prove my title thine.
Stay yet! Hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thine attaint this gilded servant. For your claim, fair sister, I barred it in the interest of my wife. 'Tis she is subcontracted to this lord, and I, her husband, do contradict her your ban. If you will marry, make your loves to me. My lady is bespoke.
An interlude.
Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the trumpet sound. If none appear to prove upon my head thy heinous, manifest, and many treasons, there is my pledge. I'll prove it on my heart. Ere thy teeth spread, thou art nothing less than I have here proclaimed thee.
Sick. Sick.
If not, I'll ne'er trust medicine.
There's my exchange. What in the world he is that names me traitor, villain-like? He lies!
Oh, a herald! Trust to thy single virtue, for thy soldiers all levied in my name have, in my name, taken their discharge.
My sickness grows upon me.
She's not well. Conveyor's my tent. Come hither, herald. Let the trumpet sound, and read out this.
Sound, trumpet!
If any man of quality or degree within the lists of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third sound of the trumpet. He is bold in his defense.
Sound!
Again! Again! What are you? Your name, your quality, and why you
No, my name is lost by treason's tooth, bare gnawn and canker bit. Though am I noble as the adversary I've come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself. What sayest thou to him?
Thou art a traitor! False to thy gods, thy brother, and thy father! A conspirant against this high, illustrious prince, from the extremest upward of thy head to the descent and dust below thy foot, a most toad-spotted traitor. Say thou no! This sword, this arm, and my best spirits are bent to prove upon thy heart whereto I speak, thou liest.
Back do I toss these treasons to thy head, when the hell-hated lie o'erwhelm thy heart, for which they yet glance by and scarcely bruise. This sword of mine shall give them instant way, where they shall rest forever. Trumpet, speak!
Save him! Save him!
This is practice, Gloucester! By the law of arms, thou wast not bound to answer, none known opposite. Thou art not vanquished, but cousin and beguiled.
Shut your mouth, Dame! Oh, with this paper I shall stop it. Hold, sir! Thou worse than any name, read thine own evil. No terror, lady, I perceive you know it.
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for it?
Most monstrous, so knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know.
Go after her. She's desperate. Govern her!
What you have accused me of, that have I done. And more. Much more. The time will bring it out. 'Tis past, and so am I. But what art thou that hast this fortune on thee? If thou art noble, I do forgive thee.
Let's exchange charity. I am no less noble than thou art, Edmund, if more. The more that thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son. The gods are just, and of our pleasant vices make instruments to plague us. The dark and vicious place where thee he got cost him his eyes.
Thou speakest right. The wheel has come full circle. I am here.
Where have you hid yourself? And how have you known the miseries of your father?
I nursing them, my lord. Lest but a brief tale, and when 'tis told, oh, that my heart would burst. The bloody proclamation that followed me to escape so near. Oh, our lives' sweetness, that we the pain of death would hourly die rather than die at once. Taught me to shift into a madman's rags, to assume a semblance that very dogs disdained, and in this habit met I my father with his bleeding rings, his precious stones new lost. Led him, begged for him, saved him from despair, never, oh, fault revealed myself unto him until a half hour passed, when I was armed. Fearful, though hoping of this good success, I asked his blessing, and told him first to last my pilgrimage. Alack, his heart too weak the conflict to support. Betwixt the two extremes of passion, joy and grief, burst smilingly. Help! 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 Oh, help! What kind of help? Speak, man!
'Tis hot!
What means a bloody knife?
'Tis hot! It smokes! It came from the heart of... Oh, she's dead!
Who dead? Speak, man!
Your lady, sir, your lady! And her sister by her was poisoned. She hath confessed it.
I was contracted to them both.
Here comes Kent.
This judgment of the heavens that makes us tremble touches us not with pity. Or is this he? Time will not allow the compliment which very manners urges.
I am come to bid my king and master I good night. Is he not here?
Great thing of us forgot. Speak, Edmund, where is the king? And where's Cordelia? Seest thou this object, Kent?
Lack, why thus?
With Edmund, his beloved, the one he ever slew for my sake, and after slew herself.
A man for life. Some good I intend to do, despite mine own nature. Quickly send.
Be brief into the castle, for my rage is on the life of Lear and of Cordelia.
They send in time.
Run, run, run!
Who, my lord? Who had the office? Send thy token of reprieve!
No, Thalon. Take my sword. Give it the captain.
Haste thee for thy life!
He had commission from thy wife and me to hang Cordelia in the prison, to lay the blame upon her own despair, that she foredid herself.
The gods defend her. Bear him hence a while.
Stones. Had I had tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault should crack. She's gone forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's as dead as earth. Lend me a looking glass. If that her breath will mist or stain the stone by which she lives. This feather stirs. She lived. If it be so, it is a chance that does redeem all sorrows that ever I have felt.
Oh, my good master!
Prithee away.
It is noble Kent, your friend.
A plague upon you, murderers, traitors all! I might have saved her. Now she's gone forever. Cordelia. Cordelia. Stay a little. What is it thou sayest? Her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low. I killed the slave that was a hanging thee.
'Tis true, my lords. He did.
Did I not, fellow? I have seen the day. With my good biting falchion, I could have made them skip. I am old now. And these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? Mine eyes are not the best, I'll tell you straight.
Fortune brag of two she loved and hated. One of them we now behold.
This is a dull sight. Are you not Kent?
The same. Your servant Kent. Where is your servant Caius?
Oh, he's a good fellow, I'll tell you that. He'll strike, and quickly too. He's dead and rotten.
Oh, my lord, I am the very man.
I'll tell that straight.
That from your first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
You
outdone themselves and desperately are dead.
Aye. So I think.
He knows not what he says, and vain it is that we present us to him.
Very bootless.
Edmund is dead, my lord.
That's but a trifle here. You lords and noble friends, know our intent. What comfort to this great decay may come shall be applied. For us, we will resign during the life of this old majesty to him our absolute power. All friends shall taste the wages of their virtue, and all foes the cup of their deservings. Oh, see! And my poor fool is hanged!
No life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life, and thou no breath at all? Thou come no more. Never. Pray you, undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see this? Look on her. Look her lips. Look there. He faints. My lord!
Break, heart, I prithee, break!
Look out, my lord!
Vex not his ghost. Oh, let him pass. He hates him much that would on the rack of this tough world stretch him out longer.
He is gone indeed.
The wonder is he hath endured so much. He but usurped his life.
Bear them from hence. Our present business is general woe. Friends of my soul, you twain shall rule in this realm, and the gourd state sustain.
I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me. I will not say no.
The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.
If you like what you saw tonight, feel free to donate a few dollars. There's going to be a donation box on your way out, or you can Venmo us at MD_Shakespeare. This is a completely student-run club, so everything we do comes from donations from people like you. There will also be some t-shirts and some stickers outside for purchase that will also go to making shows like this incredible for you guys to watch. With that being said, thank you so much for coming to see King Lear, and we now ask you all to head into the lobby where you can go and congratulate this incredibly talented cast and crew. Thank you.